Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and a special welcome if you're new here. Well, mocks are just around the corner and I'm here to help you feel confident, prepared and ready to score your best in your GCSE Maths. Well, every day I'll be bringing you 5 carefully selected high-impacted questions that target to get a good score in your GCSEs, and today we are doing calculator paper questions. So these are basically specially designed. These are not the past papers or not from taken any book. These are actually designed by me because I have a great experience. So I'm just trying to summarize that all in these questions. So let me start with the question number 1. So question number 1 says, in the figure given above, point E lies on AD such that CE is parallel to AB. Now, let me try to understand the question very properly. It says there is a figure, and this, if you try to analyze this figure, it seems to be the combination of two triangles or three triangles basically, like this bigger one and smaller, and also this triangle is split into this smaller triangle and this trapezium. So it's a compound figure, you can see. Now here it says point E lies on AD such that CE is parallel to AB. So CE is parallel to AB. These two are basically parallel. Also, we have some given values. The first one is EF. Length EF is 7 centimeters here. Then AD is 25 centimeters. This whole length AD is 25 centimeters. Angle BDA, this angle is 30. Angle BAE, this angle is 40. And angle EFA, this is 40. So these are all the given values. And then we have some parts. The first part is find the length of ED. This length. Since I can clearly see that these are the combinations of a triangle, so I can easily understand that I have to apply sine rule or cosine rule, because not all triangles are right triangle. This triangle is right triangle, but if I say this or this bigger one, they don't have any right angle so far, I can't see. So that means it's about the trigonometry, because I want to calculate ED, this one. So in this triangle, which seems to be not a right triangle, I can go for sine or cosine rule. And for that, I should have another side or another angle, which I clearly don't have. One thing I can say, because these two are parallel, this one and this one parallel, and this is a transversal, so that makes this angle as 40 degree as well by corresponding angles. So I can say this angle be 40 degrees as well. That will help me in finding this. How I get to know? Because EC is parallel to BA. Hence, angle A is equals to angle E, which is angle CED, because of corresponding angles. Now let me see what else we can find. For this length ED, I should know something else. We can use this triangle. Always try to figure out that thing, or just look at into those things where you can find the maximum data. Out of all these three triangles, the one that has the maximum number of given data and that helps me in finding the other value is clearly this one, because this is a right angle triangle, plus one angle is given, one side is given, so it's very easy to calculate other angles and sides. And because we already know the whole length AD, which is here clearly mentioned 25 centimeters, so if I can calculate this EA, it would be easier for me to calculate ED. Just subtract from 25. This is, I'm applying trigonometry in this triangle, which is triangle AEF. So in triangle AEF, I'm applying trigonometry. I can clearly see this would be 10, 40 is equals to, this is here, this is my opposite, this is my adjacent. So opposite over adjacent, opposite is AE over adjacent is 7. So finally AE will be 7 times 10, 40. which is 5.87 or 5. Okay, I think let me keep 5.87 here. So that's the value of AE. And now we just need to subtract it from 25 to get the value of ED. So ED would be clearly 25 minus 5.87, and that will give me 19.13 centimeters. Try to put the actual value of calculator value. I mean this one, instead of rounding it off, it's better if you use the whole value in your calculator, every digit from your calculator, and then subtract that from 25, and then you can just round it off, or that will also work. Now part B says find the length of EC. Now we know ED is 19.13, so let me just write it 19.13 here. It says we have to find the length of EC. EC is this one. This angle we have already calculated. So this third angle is very much easy for me. That would be 180 minus 70, that is 110. Now we have to calculate the length of EC. Here we already have our ED, which is 19.13, and we want to calculate EC, which is this one. When we have the combination of two sides, two angles, we always go for sine rule. How we have the combination of two sides, two angle? Because one side is given. One side we want to calculate, so it's two side, and we are given the two angles, actually all the three angles, but we have two angles, so this is the combination of two sides and two angles. We'll go for cosine rule to get the value of CE. So CE over the opposite angle, always go for. If you are finding it difficult, like what is ABC, what is sine over A, which am I supposed to name ABC? Well, you can name any side as ABC, but they have their specific order, that if you are naming A as the side, its opposite angle should be capital A. Or here directly understand that the side and just opposite angle, so divided by sine of that angle which is just opposite to this side. So in this case, CE over sine of angle D, CE over sine of angle D is equals to ED, because the length of ED is known, so obviously I'll be taking ED, and the side angle opposite to ED is angle C. So sine of angle C. CE, let's say, be X, and angle D is 30, sine of 30. ED we have calculated as 119.13, and that angle is 110, which is sine of 110. From here, X will be 19.13 times sine 30 over sine of 110, and that will give me 10.178 or 10.18 centimeters. Third part says find the area of the trapezium AEBC. We have this trapezium, we have to calculate the area of this one. The formula to calculate area of trapezium is half times A plus B times C, which means A plus B are actually the parallel sides. So length of EC plus length of BA multiplied by the distance between them, which is BC. So that's basically your formula to calculate trapezium. In this case, we can use this bigger triangle to calculate AB. To calculate this length, obviously I need this bigger triangle, this one. So let me just draw it separately. So this triangle is ABD. So this would look like this. ABD, this is 30, this is 40, this is 30, this is 40. And we don't have, okay, we do have AD already given as 25 centimeters. Now we want to calculate BA. This is a combination of, again, two sides, two angles. So I'll be going with sine rule. So AD is already known. So AD over sine of angle B. Sine of angle B is equals to the side that we want to calculate, that is AB, over sine of angle 30. AD is 25, sine of angle B, this is 110 degrees. So sine of 110, AB over sine 30. So from here, AB is equals to 25 times sine 30 over sine of 110. So AB is 13.3 centimeters. Now to calculate the area of this trapezium, we should know the sum of parallel sides and the distance between them. So we already have calculated EC and BA, and now only we need this distance between these. Unfortunately, BC or AE are not perpendicular, so that will not give you the straight line or the distance between them. To calculate that, we have to draw a perpendicular from E to BA like this. And then we will be having, let's say this BH, then we'll be having this triangle, and I can apply trigonometry to get the answer. Clearly we have this angle 40 degrees, and we have already aware of the value of AE, which is 5.87. So now I need to applying sine theta, which is sine 40, opposite over hypotenuse. So we can say opposite is your height and hypotenuse is 5.87. So from here I can calculate height as sine 40 multiplied by 5.87. That will give me answer as 3.77 centimeters. I just have to apply the formula to calculate area of the trapezium, which is half times A plus B, that is sum of the parallel side times height. And that will be, we have calculated EC as 10.12, AB was 13.3, and height is 3.77. That will give me the answer as 44.14, or up to 2 decimal place I can say 44.15 centimeters squared, and this is the area of this given trapezium. Question 2 says, an arithmetic series is given as below: k, 2k plus 1, 4k. So this is an arithmetic series. Now before we do any question, understand that before we move further, understand that arithmetic series are those series in which we have to keep on adding a constant number. If we'll keep on adding a constant number, we keep on getting the next term. So now it says find the value of k. That means whatever be the value here, whatever be the difference here, the same difference would be here. If I'm saying that I'm adding the same number, that means same number is the difference of these two numbers. Similarly, that same number is the difference of two numbers. Let me take an example: 2, 4, 6. You are adding 2 and 2 every time to get the next term. That means difference between 4 and 2 is 2, and difference between 6 and 4 is 2. So the same thing I can apply here to get the answer. That means their difference should be equal. So 4k minus 2k plus 1 should be equals to difference of these two, which is 2k plus 1 minus k. That's 4k minus 2k minus 1 equals k plus 1. 2k minus k is just k. Now bring k here. So you'll get 2k minus k minus 1 equals 1, and bring it here. So k is equals to 2. So our value of k is 2. Now hence find the 17th term of this series. So substitute k first of all to understand what exact arithmetic sequence here is. So k is 2, this will be 5, and this will be 8. So the common differences I can clearly see 3 every time. So this is also known as linear sequence. You can use the way how you calculate the nth term of a linear sequence, or you can just directly use the formula to calculate the nth term of an arithmetic sequence, which is a plus n minus 1 times t. A is the first term, n is the number of terms, so we need 17, so 17 minus 1, and the common differences by which you are adding to get the next terms, this is 2 here. So 2 plus 16 times 2, 32, and your answer is 34. So your 17th term of the series is 34. Moving on to the question number 3, in the figures given above, 2 is enlarged version of figure 1. That means clearly these two are similar figures. If angle ABC is 30, then calculate the size of angle DQF, this one. Because I know that these figures are similar figures, and the definition of similar figure is that their angles are all same, but their lengths are in proportion. So angles are same, that means if this is 30, this is gonna be 30 as well. And we know by the circle theorem that angle subtended by an arc at the center is always twice at the circumference. So if this is 30, this is going to be twice of it, which is 60. So you just have to write angle DQF is equals to 60, and angle B is equals to angle E is equals to 30 degrees, because they are similar figure first of all. And then DQF is 60 degrees because angle at center is always twice at circumference. Now part B says if the area of the figure 2 is 9 times the area of figure 1, then calculate the ratio of the length of the minor arc FD to the length of the minor arc CA. It's very easy. It's already given that they both are a similar figure. And similar figure, that means if we are finding the ratio of areas, it's basically area scale factor. Whenever we divide two areas, that's basically area scale factor. So I can see that area scale factor is given as 9. 9 times the other, that means if I find the ratio, it would be 9. And another way is area scale factor is 9. And we know the relationship between area scale factor and length scale factor. So area scale factor is always square of length scale factor. So L squared is equals to 9. So that gives me L as 3. So length scale factor is 3. That means any corresponding lengths, if I'll divide them, will give me 3 as the answer. It says then calculate the ratio of the length of the minor arc to the another CA. Obviously this is the greater arc, this is the smaller arc. They are a single dimension, that is they represents the length, and their scale factor is 3. So if I divide them, that will give me the 3 as the answer. So FD over CA is nothing but 3. Moving on to the part C. If the radius of the figure 2 is 3 centimeters, then calculate the area of the minor sector AOC. In the figure 2, if the radius is 3 centimeters and we know that the length scale factor is 3, that means this smaller, let's say this be x, so this dq is 3 times AO. That's called length scale factor, by which I'm multiplying it to get my bigger or the smaller one. If the length scale factor is 3, it clearly indicates that if I multiply the smaller lengths by 3, I'll get my bigger length. So obviously the length is 1 here. AO is 1 centimeters. If AO is 1 centimeter, they are asking you to calculate minor sector. Sector is basically this, a pizza slice, which is basically bounded by the arc and 2 radii, and minor, that means a smaller one, because this figure, if this is a sector, this is also a sector, but this is a major or the bigger sector, and they're asking you to calculate the area of minor sector. So the formula is theta over 360 times pi r squared. Theta is 60 because we know they are similar. So if this is 60, this is 60 as well. So 60 by 360 times pi times 1 squared. And that would be pi over 6. And my answer will be 0.523 centimeters squared. Moving on to the question number 4. So question number 4 says f of x is 3x minus 2 and g of x is, this is actually x squared. Then find f of gx. F of gx, that means here I have to substitute gx in fx. See, if you're not aware of this one, if I'm writing f of x as 3x minus 2, and if I say f of 1, that means I need to substitute x equals 1. So that will give me 3 times 1 minus 2, which is 1. Similarly, f of gx, that means in place of x, I'm substituting g of x. That means if f of x is 3x minus 2 and f of gx will be in place of x, I have to replace it with g of x. So 3 times g of x minus 2. Now, I cannot leave my answer in the form of g of x as already I have the value which is x squared. So, I need to replace g of x with x squared. That will become 3x squared minus 2. So, f of gx is 3x squared minus 2. For part B, it says find the value or values of x for which f of x is equals to g of x. I just need to equate them. That's what they are saying. So in place of f of x, I'll be writing 3x minus 2. And in place of g of x, I'll be writing x squared. Bring all the numbers on one side, all the variables number on one side because it's a quadratic. So x squared minus 3x plus 2 equals 0. Simple, you can do it with factorization. It's very simple. I can see the product should be 2, sum should be minus 3. Two numbers are minus 2 and minus 1. So x minus 2 times x minus 1 equals 0. And we got two values, x1 as 2 and x2 as 1. Moving on to our last question. It says if the volume of a sphere is 3 times the volume of the cone having same radius. So basically it says there is a sphere and its radius r, and then there is a cone and they have the same r, same radius, although height is different. So let me take h. Then it says calculate the ratio of the radius of the cone to the height of the cone. Now specifically it's mentioned that the sphere is 3 times the volume of cone. So I can say that volume of sphere is actually 3 times volume of cone. Volume of sphere is 4 over 3 pi r cubed is equals to volume of cone is pi r squared h over 3. I can multiply both the sides by 3 to cancel this out. Multiply or divide both the sides by pi. We can cancel this out as well. Remaining is 4r cubed is equals to 3r squared h. I have kept r to both because that's specifically mentioned here that having the same radius. So divide both the sides by r squared will give me 4r is equals to 3h. And finally, the ratio of radius to the height of the cone will be r over h is equals to 3 over 4. So your answer is 3:4. So that's it for today. And also if you are looking for one-on-one live online classes or the group classes, the classes are starting at just £6 per hour for GCSE, and we provide classes for all subjects for all years from year 1 to A levels. So if you want to book your free demo, all you need to do is just email us at exactadmin@gmail.com. And also if you're looking for the free worksheets, they are available at our website, which is www.exactacademy.com. So that's it for today. Bye everyone. Take care.